Hello guys, so today we are here to talk about the province of Manitoba. Yes, definitely it will be about the provincial nomination of Manitoba, how it works and how you guys can apply for that, whether it's wise to apply or not. But before going in details, let me tell you something really basic about Manitoba as a province, some basic information about them so that you can consider about them whether this is the right province to go for or not. So let's start with their area. So their area is about 650,000 kilometers square, and by ranking they are on the 8th rank of the Canadian provinces, and which is about 6.5% of whole Canada. Now if you're thinking, oh my god, this is just 8th and 6.5% of Canada, come on, hold your thought for the moment. Out of 196 countries in the world, they are larger than 154 countries, even being a province, right? So they're not that tiny, rather they're quite big. So slogan of the Manitoba is Canada's heartbeat. I don't know where that came from, but probably there might be a reason I'll be describing in the later part of this video, that you'll be seeing this is the only province which promotes the relationships. So probably they're connecting the hearts, and that is how they're saying Canada's heartbeat, maybe. The capital of Manitoba is Winnipeg, and about 1.3 million people live out there. And I would say, not me, expert, their website says like about 80% of the immigrants are staying in that city only. As I already mentioned, this is the only province who promotes the relationship, who believes in relationship. That's why even in the marking point, the point system, they have got huge points for the relatives. In no other province you will find this sort of points for the having relatives in the province. So their average statistics said more than 16,000 immigrants apply for Manitoba in each year, and Manitoba welcomed more than 150,000 immigrants since 1998. Is a huge number, I would say. No matter whether they are staying in Manitoba still or not, but definitely all of them must be grateful to Manitoba that they were welcomed at Manitoba. Now there are 4 pathways to get Manitoba nominations, namely MNP Skilled Worker Overseas, MNP Strategic Initiative, which is mostly for the job offers or the modern community-based immigrations. Then MNP Category B, which is mostly for the business, like if you wanna come here in Manitoba and do your business, so that's for them. And last not but the least is the Manitoba Experience class. That means if somebody is already working in Manitoba, so they have the advantage over all of them, right? But for today's discussion, we'll be discussing for only Manitoba Skilled Worker Overseas, because that's the class that most of you can apply for. Yes, if you have the relative staying in Manitoba. Now, here is very sensitive thing I'm gonna tell you right now is, do not get confused by relative and friends, because you may fall into trap by the so many consultants or the agents. They will make you fool saying that having the relative and having the friends is same. No, never. You will see in the point system, like for the relative, you will have, for the first blood relative in fact, you will have 200 points, where if you have a friends only, like you will get only 50. So think in this way, where is 200 and where is 50? Okay, now I understand. Maybe you will say, okay, fine, I'm happy with having this list 150 marks. But the Manitoba immigration process, they have designed this in such a way so that this 150 marks is making a real difference. And unfortunately, having these 150 less points will cause you that you are not being qualified. So do not go for that stream if you're not having a close relative. Just wasters of time and money, right? So do not listen to any other consultant or agent if they're just trying to make you fool that, okay, if you have just a friend, that's still good. No and never. Now let's discuss a little bit more about this class. I mean, Manitoba Skilled Worker class. So if you have the first blood relative and the family connection is staying in Manitoba, so what he or she has to be? So he or she has to be a Canadian permanent resident or the citizen. Unfortunately, if he or she is a student or worker, no, they cannot sponsor you and you are not going to claim any points by him or her. The good thing about Manitoba is you have a wide range of NOCs available under 10 different categories. So please check the description box. I am going to put that link so that you can see whatever the NOCs are in the demand list. But trust me, you'll be happy. It's not like Saskatchewan or Nova Scotia. Like in Saskatchewan, you will have hardly 10 to 15 NOCs, and out of that, maybe 4 to 5 which is not regulated. But in Manitoba, you really have a wide range of NOCs available under 10 different categories, so which is really great. And only Manitoba, this is the only province where even if your skill level is C, you can apply. But for all other provinces, even for entire Express Entry, you need to have at least 0 A or B. But again, you need to keep in mind, you cannot change your NOCs province to province and in the Express Entry pool. So whatever NOCs you will be claiming in Manitoba PNP, that has to be the same with your Express Entry pool. So please be careful in that point. But so long the Manitoba Provincial website says, you can apply under skill C as well. If you're opening your EOI profile under MNP, so that is valid for 1 year. And for that, you do not need any other documents to submit. But yes, your IELTS and ECA has to be done before you apply for the EE profile. And the EOI submission fee for Manitoba PNP is $500 once you get the EOI. I'm sharing the point grid here as an image so that you can see how you can claim the points. But I want to talk about a little bit about these points, which is risk assessment factor. So what does it mean? So as you can see, if you have the study background or work background in any other province other than Manitoba, so for work they will deduct 100, and for education they will deduct 100. Why it is so? Because they consider if you have gone for any other province, whether it's for work or study, that means probably Manitoba is not the best province according to you, or other provinces are in your preferred zone, right? So that is how they are thinking. Even if they give you the nomination and even if you come here for initial settlement, probably you will leave this province and go to another province. So that is how they have kept this risk point. As I mentioned earlier, like without having the first blood relative or the family connection, it will be really hard to get you into the pool. With the friends 50 point, you cannot make it. Why? I'm giving the 3 links in the description box which we prepared for LAA of Manitoba. So if I go back to 65, 64 and 63rd LAA, you can see the cutoff points were 569, then 510, then 561. That means, as I said, they have made the points in such a way, without that 200 point, it's really impossible, I would say. Now, I am also giving a required document list here. If you get a letter of advice to apply, what are the documents you'll be looking for? So these are the documents you should have in your possession before you apply. And again, this is a short summary of the entire journey of your MNP if you're a successful candidate. Now, we are almost at the end. So I'm gonna tell you one thing. So our next session based on Manitoba will be based on your queries only. If you are not asking enough questions in this comment, so probably this is gonna be our last episode for the Manitoba. But if you are asking tons of questions, so yes, out of that tons of questions, we'll be coming up with another session based on Manitoba only, so that you get more help. If you are not asking enough questions, we cannot help. So thanks for watching this video and thanks for being with us. Please let us know in the comment box whatever the PNP you want us to cover. We'll definitely go with that. And as always, be happy, keep smiling and be with us. Bye-bye.